Well, guys, this is one I forgot about, and I expect many others did, but deserves to be remembered not only for pushing it, but for also pushing a septic spot on the arse of humanity, leading it.
Now, what I'm about to say, I think is going to surprise you. Because there was one man that I listened to last week on the radio, saw on the television, who said something that really impressed me. He said, rather than waiting for each person over the age of 80 to have 2 inoculations, which would improve their level of immunity, that second dose would improve their level of immunity by an extra 5 to 10%. Wouldn't it make more sense to vaccinate a much greater number of people? I do not agree with so much of what Tony Blair stood for. Not just Iraq, Europe, many other things. But you know something? It was Tony Blair that made those arguments about the vaccine. It was Tony Blair that said, give 1 jab to each person, not 2, and we can then get a bigger part of the population dealt with quickly. It was Tony Blair advocating not hundreds, but thousands of centres where we can get people to get the vaccine. I mean, goodness me, we could even be doing it at motorway service stations. We were doing it everywhere. We should, at a time of national emergency, use the standing army that we've got.
Yeah, how I forgot about him saying that, I'll never know, as I literally made a video on it, but I did, so today I've decided to remind everyone of what he said. At this point, no, I really don't know what's actually worse out of the two. Him pushing the poke like he had shares in Pfizer, or the fact he wanted Tony Blair to lead the bloody rollout of it. I mean, he literally tongues out Tony Blair's arsehole for a good 30 seconds after he came out with that.
If ever there was a moment to call for a government of all the talents, much as I don't like Tony Blair, he does get things done. He does command respect. He is seriously bright. Why not get people like Tony Blair involved to help us solve a national crisis? We have got, absolutely got, to up the pace of vaccinations.
Yeah, that is truly demented, and with the benefit of hindsight, I actually wonder if he regrets saying it today. Or maybe, like many of us, he forgot about it and so hopes that everyone else is gonna do the same. Unfortunately for him, I'll make sure people never forget, as I've said probably 100 times before.
Where